Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Houma, Louisiana. We are in Stack Up Stadium for a Week 6 matchup between the Baltimore Vultures and the Louisiana Revolution. Good evening. I'm Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson, and with us today on Stats is Mom and Dad Horrell. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Matt, how are you doing tonight?
Not bad, Mike. Definitely ready for this potentially high-scoring game.
Absolutely, Matt. There's two 4-1 squads getting ready to take the field tonight to see which one of them can remain top 5 in the league standings. And speaking of top 5, Matt, these two teams both feature top 5 scoring offenses. Louisiana, in fact, has scored 30 or more points in each of their wins this season. Baltimore is no stranger to the end zone either, putting up 30-plus in 3 of their games as well. The difference in this one, though, may be defense, where Louisiana features a defense ranking top 5 in multiple categories, including takeaways, where they sit at number 1 in the league. This could be a high-scoring game, so what do each of these teams need to do to come away with a win?
Mike, it might be up to the defenses to slow down these incredible offenses. Both had 5 interceptions last week, which aided them to victory. Louisiana destroyed the Portland Fleet 49-3. Their defense also had 4 sacks to go along with those picks. Baltimore had a closer matchup against Vancouver. In that case, the turnover differential was definitely the difference that won them the game. It sounds simple, Mike, but in a battle of high-powered offenses, whoever turns the ball over least will probably come away with a victory. But you know, Mike, there's only one way to find out if that's going to happen, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt, well, let's head down to the field to get this one started. Louisiana has the ball teed up and ready for kickoff. Baltimore will start on offense first this evening, and these two quarterbacks, Matt, top 10 in the league top 5 in the league in interceptions thrown. Mike Dazzo, the quarterback of the Baltimore Vultures, number 2, with only 5 interceptions so far in the season. Hopefully, we are not jinxing him already. Giovanni Bolt on the return up to the 26-yard line. That is where Mike Dazzo and his offense will take to the field. Quarterback Mike Dazzo is joined on the field by T. Roy Gaines at halfback. The wide receivers are Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, and Mac Chima. Tight ends, Jay Hayden and Lloyd Graham Jr. Jay Hayden, the rookie, picked in round 5. Number 86 overall. Dazzo changing the play at the line to get the first play from scrimmage started. Will be a handoff to T. Roy Gaines right up the gut, and just like that, he gets 9 yards straight up the middle. Will bring up a 2nd down and 1. The Louisiana defensive line is made up by Ross Napoli, Jojo Shalizzi, Luther Gond, and Deontay Wilder. Linebackers are Chuck Diesel and Blake B. Craze. The corners, Evan Arthur and Rolliman Hood. The safeties, Jeff Malinishin and Tank Bennett. 2nd down and 1. Dazzo hands the ball off to Gaines, who gets the 1st down and a couple of more yards. 1st down and 10 from the 38.
Good to see him going to Gaines. He's been their bell cow for quite a few seasons, and just a great way to start the game. Don't put your quarterback under any pressure. Pick up your 1st downs and, reduce the chances of those interceptions we talked about earlier.
That was Gaines' 90th carry on the season. Here comes number 91 off tackle to the left, and he is crushed. Stopped right at the line. Brought down for no gain on that play. 2nd down and 8.
Not quite as effective, but, shouldn't shy away from the running game. Gaines is kind of a bounce back, so he's got the speed to go outside, but also power to go inside. So Louisiana's defense better be ready for a multitude of running formations.
I formation this time on 2nd down and 8. Dazzo has time, throws a short one over the middle, and that one's nearly intercepted. Batted down by Chuck Diesel.
I think Dazzo got confused which uniforms were which. Looked like he was throwing it right to the tight end. I don't have a good look at from his angle behind the line of scrimmage, but looked like there was plenty of Louisiana Revolution there to get in that pass's way.
Chuck Diesel having a incredible season. 3 tackles for a loss, now 4 pass deflections. Also has an interception. 3rd down and 8 for Baltimore on their opening drive. Dazzo in the gun. 4 wide receivers split out wide. Pass is over the middle, and that one is caught. Good for a 1st down. First catch for Ivory Irvin.
And they ran that all slants play from the shotgun, and credit to Louisiana. That's the right defense. They want to run that 3-2 against it. But Dazzo's the old grizzled vet. He's seen it all, and he delivered a nice ball there.
Mike Dazzo over 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns on the season, averaging 74% completion percentage, And as I mentioned earlier, second in the league with the fewest picks at only 5. Out route to the right is caught, hauled in by Mac Chima. Good for a gain of 5. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 from the Louisiana 38-yard line.
Picks, that's an average game for me.
Yeah, 5 picks. Yeah, that is. I'll give you 2 games before you hit 5 picks.
All right, thanks. 2.5. I like it.
Yeah, 2.5. There you go. 2nd down and 8 from the 38. Dazzo under center. Will throw an out route to the top. That one's caught. Ivory Irvin with nobody around him, but his momentum carries him out of bounds after a gain of 4, 3rd and 1.
You love that call on 2nd down. He threw it short of the sticks on the out, but now it just sets it right up for T-Roy Gaines up the middle. I would run nothing else.
T-Roy Gaines averaging 5.8 yards per carry on the season, averaged 5.8 last week as well, as he was 1 yard shy of 100 in his game against Vancouver. 17 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Dazzo will indeed hand the ball off to Gaines, and he gets that 5.8 right there as he rumbles his way up to the 27-yard line, and a fresh set of downs. The opening drive will keep on moving.
Yeah, great play calling there from Baltimore. They had 2 tight ends to one side. Louisiana came out in a nickel, not a 4-3, and that's just a major mismatch, and Baltimore exploited it to perfection.
Offset I formation on 1st down and 10. 4 down linemen for the Revolution. Deep drop for Dazzo, going deep over the middle. Jumped up and intercepted our first pick of the night, and that one belongs to Louisiana Revolution. Rolleman Hood with his 2nd interception on the season.
Well, Mike, we talked about picks. Deep post route, underthrown, and Hood. Hood with an incredible play there, and sets up Louisiana. Not in the best field position, but we'll find out.
Short break, and we will be right back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. And welcome back. Apologies for the brief delay. Louisiana took over at their own 2-yard line. Run up the middle for a gain of 6 will bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Good run by Strayer gives Louisiana some much-needed breathing room to open up their playbook a little bit more and not risk a safety.
Split backs in the backfield now for 2nd down and 4. Pickler throws out to the right-hand side, complete to Streeter, gaining a 1st down up to the 12-yard line. Let's talk about that Louisiana Revolution offense. Quarterback Johnny Pickler in his 2nd season, starting out with St. Louis, coming over to Louisiana in free agency. Reggie Streeter, the halfback. The wide receivers, Saren Storm, Chase Earl, and Mike Twinscrew. The tight end is B. Robo, signed in week 5. Guard Leonard Butler Sr. and another guard, Rudy Ray Dunn. Pickler in the gun on 1st down. Quick pass over the middle. That one's caught. Good for a 1st down up to the 24-yard line. That is B. Robo.
Well, late signing, but never too early to contribute, and he's wide open. Good pass by Pickler and picks up a few extra yards, Mike. You love those tight ends.
Well, Matt, some might say that a tight end might be leading the league in receiving yards and touchdowns. Just throwing that out there.
So the
So,
week's not over yet.
Hashtag throw it to the tight end. Why not? 3 wide receivers on first down. Ball is handed off to Streeter.
Oh.
Streeter hit in the backfield and tackled for a 3-yard loss. Great defensive coverage there. Brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, off tackle run there, and great penetration by Baltimore's front. Maybe Louisiana might want to go more up the middle next time, but it might be in a passing situation here on 2nd and 13.
Troy Loshaw with the tackle for a loss. Streeter trying to get those yards back. He does, but nothing more, as that brings up a 3rd down and 10. The defensive line for Baltimore: Al Walker, Sir Ron Yates IV, Nate Brown, and Tucker Lewis. The linebackers: Frank Smith, Joe Dazzo, 10 seasons in the league, and Nolan Pierce. Marvin Himes, Ben Stackenpaper, and Austin Brigham are the corners, and Giovanni Bolt and Troy Loshaw, you just saw there, are the safeties. 3rd down and 10. Pickler to throw. Pass over the middle. Caught. Converts for a 1st down. Keeping the chains moving, Matt.
That's the slants play we saw out of Louisiana, or out of Baltimore earlier. Again, Baltimore running the right defense, but, I mean, just passes on the money. So we'll have to see if that continues to be successful, the slants out of the shotgun, or if these defenses say, oh, yeah, we've seen this on film, we just got to adjust a little bit, and then the picks start coming.
Offset I formation for the Revolution. On 1st down. Pickler to throw. Has time, throws a short one over the middle, and that one's caught for a gain of 4. Finding his target, Mike Twinscrew, once again, the 2nd-round pick. Pick number 1 in the 2nd round, 23 overall. He's got over 200 yards now on the season, a touchdown, and approaching 20 receptions on his young career.
Now Baltimore really pressing the receivers. Oh, yeah.
The throw. Hit as he releases the ball, and that one is incomplete. Pressure provided by that Baltimore defensive line. That one,
Mutombo.
Bishop Mutombo.
No. No pass for you.
No, right there.
Maybe just see a little finger wag on a sack if he gets one. That'd be hilarious.
3rd down and 6 for the Revolution. Offset I formation once again. 3 receivers and 2 running backs on the field, along with Pickler. Pickler to throw. Stepping up. He might run with it. Throws it on the run. And that one is incomplete. We'll bring up a 4th down and 6, putting an end to their first drive. So a possession for each team and no points for either one so far, Matt.
Yeah, pressure. Pickler had to move around in the pocket a bit, and that could have been... I've thrown some interesting passes off my back foot, but generally it's not a good idea.
Generally not. No, I've seen you throw one off your back foot after scrambling all the way to the right side of the field, and then you just heaved it deep all the way to the left side of the field, and somehow it was complete, but that's not normally the case. I think it was me that jumped up and caught that one for you, man.
You're pretty good at jump catching these days. I don't know, maybe must have worked on the jugs machine, a little bit of a slanty spin there, so it comes out like a duck. But Wilson ducks are 1 in a million.
Yep. If it looks like a duck, it's a Matt Wilson ball. Giovanni Bolt with that punt return up to the 26-yard line, and Baltimore will get their 2nd shot at it on offense, coming out with 3 wide receivers and split backs in the backfield. Offset I formation in the backfield. Dazzo, short drop, quick throw, and incomplete.
Wow.
Well covered on the play, trying to hit Ivory Irvin. The pass is broken up.
A heck of a shot by the Louisiana defense. I thought that was complete for sure, but knocked it right out of his hands.
2nd down and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Dial up some gains here. You got a nickel set again.
Gaines with only 4 carries on the first drive. Pump fake out of Dazzo, throws over the middle, and that one is complete. hauled in by another tight end wearing number 83, Matt Lloyd Graham Jr. with his first catch of the evening.
Lloyd Graham Jr., another dangerous target. Dazzo, clean pocket. Nice throw and nice grab by the tight end.
Catch number 24 on the season for Lloyd Graham Jr. Over 320 yards and a touchdown so far this season as he takes a breather over on the sideline. Dazzo scrambles to the right, checks it down. That one is going to be good for a gain of 4. T-Roy Gaines getting involved in the passing game too, Matt. He's got 42 receptions on the season as well, so it's basically 2 for 1. For every 2 carries he has a reception as well.
And again, unless it's like third down, you'll take that 4 yards any day of the week and switch up nicely.
Dazzo will hit Gaines out of the backfield again. Gaines only able to get a couple on that one. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 from their own 46 as we tick down to 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Interesting decision here for Baltimore. Do you run the ball on 3rd and 3 or do you throw it? The way this offense has been looking so far, I think they're going to let one loose.
They come out with 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and a running back. Dazzo under center. 4 down linemen. Defense playing off. Dazzo no drop. And he hits.
Wow.
Oh, wow. He hits Irvin, Matt, and I thought Irvin had the first down, but they're going to mark him short.
Well, I've seen some challenge flags thrown in some of the games I've seen, so maybe we're going to get one. I don't know. If you're going to throw it now in the first half.
I would have expected it, but instead they're just going to keep the offense out there in a power I formation. I would not be at all surprised to see them snap this one.
I like the defense. I like the look. I would do it. 4 men on the line.
Dazzo trying to get them to jump off sides first, and it looks like they will not snap it as we tick down to 2 seconds left on the play clock. They call a timeout. First timeout charged to Baltimore and likely a punt here.
I mean, I guess that's what they were trying to do. When I come out and see a team in a nickel set, and I'm pretty much a heavy set with a fullback, 2 tight ends, and T-Roy Gaines, only needing an inch, I'd run it.
Yeah, just snap it. Either that or challenge. I mean, if you're planning on spending that time out, then why not challenge? Unless you don't want to use up one of the 2 challenges that you have. And we saw that earlier on a game today, Vancouver using up both of their challenges in the first half and then didn't have the ability to challenge any plays in the second half. Punt is away, taken back at about the 10-yard line, and no return for Mike Twinscrew. They'll spot it at the 14-yard line. 2:09 to go here in the first quarter here in Louisiana. No score so far in what we dubbed will likely be a high-scoring game, and that so did the over-under 62.5. So they're expecting about 31 points per team, and so far, nothing.
They got 31 points to go for each team.
Yeah, that's all. It's nothing. It's just a few scores. Pickler under center here on 1st down and 10 from their own 14, handing the ball off to Streeter. Streeter gains 3 straight up the middle. Reggie Streeter, one of the most heavily used running backs in the league. He's first in carries at 154 coming into tonight's game. Number 1 in yards as well at 713, averaging 4.6 yards per carry. He's tied for first in rushing touchdowns with 8. Also has added on 168 yards and a touchdown in the passing game on 20 receptions.
Wow.
The defense just gets in the backfield immediately. Streeter brought down. He didn't stand a chance on that one.
That's some of the best penetration I've seen on one of those runs. I thought they were going to get Dazzo in the back or Pickler in the backfield.
Third down and 9 on what could be a quick 3-and-out for the Louisiana Revolution if they can't convert here. Pickler in the gun. Pickler throwing deep down the left-hand side. That one is caught. Good for a first down up to the 35-yard line, hauled in by Saren Storm.
Storm up. Out route. Gets beat on the out route. Pass no, actually, that's a well-thrown ball. Storm extends his arms and latches onto it, but if you're going to throw it out like that with a defender near, you better make sure that only your receiver can catch it. You don't want to throw that short.
Storm with 66 yards and a touchdown on 5 catches last week in their win at Portland, where they just piled on the points, winning 49-3. Streeter runs up the middle, and he's off to the races, passes midfield, one man to beat, he breaks the tackle, and he is gone. 20-10-5, and he's going to showboat his way. And no, he stopped. He stopped at the 4-yard line. A little bit too much premature celebration for Reggie Streeter.
Yes, as used to say in back in the day when we were playing games, don't let go of the stick. Well, Streeter let go of his legs and was like, "Yep, hey guys, I'm gonna score." Oh no!
Oh, he thought he was gone. He had no idea that Austin Brigham was still chasing him down. And you know what? Austin Brigham was a week 6 signing, Matt. He's trying to make a name for himself out here on this Baltimore Vulture defense, and a touchdown saving tackle is a way to do it. Streeter showboating. Let's see if Louisiana is going to pay the price for this one, or if they're going to still be able to get it in. Pickler to throw towards the end zone, and that one is caught for a touchdown. So they end up not paying the price, Matt. It's just had to score a different way. B. Robo with his first career touchdown.
Robo has been looked like a great signing so far. Just sitting there in the back of the end zone. Look at that. He's a pretty big man himself, and Pickler throws it right through the zone. So nice job for Robo. Congratulations on your first SFL touchdown. But Mike, that celebration, it's got to be on like one of those, you ever see Shaqtin' a Fool? One of the blooper reels. Said he could go. He's going to turn around and get tackled. Got to finish the play, Streeter.
Matt Fennick with the extra point try is up and good. Louisiana takes the first lead of the ball game, putting up the first points with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Fennick getting the ball teed up, ready to kick it away to Giovanni Bolt. Bolt standing back at his own 3-yard line will return this one straight up the gut into a host of Louisiana Revolution tacklers. It'll be a first down and 10 from the 25-yard line, 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go back to gains up the middle. It was working real well for them on the first drive, the first couple times, and they just kind of forgot about it. I don't know why.
Offset I formation on first down and 10. Dazzo will throw, stepping off to his left and then throwing right, tipped and incomplete. Well defended, and the pass was broken up. It'll be a second down and 10.
I don't know, Mike, how much I like this 0-step drop situation. You're hoping your O-line holds like completely, and if there's any kind of push from the D-line, your quarterback just, he's got to move around ways he kind of doesn't want to in the pocket.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. This defensive line has double-digit tackles for a loss and sacks. It's not one that you just want to stand there and watch come at you. Dazzo throws, and that one is also incomplete, as his intended target was out of bounds. Daley Holder with the reception. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. We are going to take another short break, and then we'll be back to start the second quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Stay with us. Welcome back for the start of the second quarter. Dazzo sidearms this one over the middle, and that one is complete. Hauled in by Ivory Irvin. He gets up to the 45-yard line. Be a first down and 10 for Baltimore.
It's just what this offense needed. They've been kind of lackluster the past couple of drives. A nice sidearm delivery, and Irvin gets a few extra yards there. Good thing that was a touchdown-saving tackle there for Louisiana.
First and 10 from the 45-yard line. Dazzo, short drop out route to the top of the screen. That one's going to be incomplete. Second down and 10. Attempting to hit Mac Chima.
Or a couple of those, at least, those out routes. But he's throwing it to the short side of the field. You know, you're better off going to the long side of the field where you got a little more room. Is that, or, I don't know, don't throw it so far, Dazzo. But he has been under pressure, so maybe he's feeling it a little bit. A little happy feet.
And the quick pass over the middle to Ivory Irvin is complete. He'll gain 8 on that one, now with 5 receptions on the night.
Maybe this is the time to get Gaines involved. 3rd and 2. I've seen Louisiana load up too much on the box, even when Baltimore's gone heavy. It's perfect time to exploit that, I think. Yeah, even now, I mean, they're kind of lined up, but not really. A lot of
out route on 3rd down and 2 is complete to Lloyd Graham Jr., and that will keep the chains moving in Louisiana territory up to their 39-yard line.
Well, they lined up heavy and ended up throwing it to the tight end, Mike. And 83, kind of a familiar play there, I think.
The drive will keep moving. Dazzo now 10 of 16 for 85 yards and a pick. In the gun on 1st down. Split backs in the backfield. Pressure coming. Avoids the sack, but he can't avoid it forever as he goes down. Sacked on the play by Deontay Wilder. Wilder now with 3 sacks on the season.
Wilder gets they blitz the linebackers too, and that could have been a disastrous play, but Dazzo was immediately under siege and couldn't really look down the field to exploit that. You know, if you pick up that blitz there, you can really bomb it out deep. There's not a lot of coverage. Wilder,
the 67th overall pick, number 1 in the 4th round, contributing early to his team here. 2nd and 17, that could potentially be a drive killer. Gaining back most of those yards, though, on that out route to the left side of the formation. Ivory Irvin with another catch.
Yep, love that play call. Again, don't try to get it all back on one play, especially with a ball hawking defense. Just get half of it. Now you can run some outs or slants or something nice and easy. You don't have to go so deep.
Dazzo with a quick pass over the middle, a spin move, and that cadence him up to the 24-yard line before he's brought down. 1st down and 10.
And he got a forearm in the face. Ouch.
Fewer gains, Matt, only with 5 carries. He had 4 in the first drive. We haven't seen much from him since. Maybe we'll see him here. No, not yet. That one's going to be a pass to the fullback, I believe. And that won't really go for much of anything. Not Buffalo Marshall. That's a different team, Matt. Jordan Mitchell with the catch.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd love to see a swing pass there with Louisiana all bottled up, but that was an awkward-looking pass to the fullback. So Baltimore putting themselves in a hole.
Dazzo out route to the bottom, hitting his target Irvin once again. But this will bring up a 3rd down and a long 8 from the 22-yard line.
Loss of yards, out route for half. Loss of yards, out route for half. Now let's see if they pick up the 1st down like they did the last time.
They need 8 yards for a 1st down. Otherwise, we'll probably see Shark Tarkington take to the field. 13 of 13 so far on the season. His long's 52, so this is well within his range. Dazzo out route to the top. Can he turn upfield and get 1st down yardage? He can, and more, as he's going to get a 1st down and goal from the 5-yard line. Daley Holder with the catch and run.
This is a long drive, Mike, and it continues. Holder, another out route, and just there's no one there. No one there in the flats. Eventually gets wrangled by a bunch of revolution, but not until he gets way inside the 10, almost inside the 5. So now this is where you want to use your power, your back. I mean, T-Roy's, like I said, a little of everything. Either run him up the middle or use him on a screen pass. Get this defense off balance. They're loading the box.
Only 5 drives so far tonight, but this is the longest so far. 12 plays. This will be play number 13. Gaines takes the handoff, tries to run up the middle, but is stuffed by this fierce defensive line. No gain on the play. Second down and goal.
Did that look like a little bit of a delay on that run to you, Mike? I don't know. It looks
Slight
like
delay, yeah.
I don't think that's the right pick if the whole defense is stacked on the line. I think you want to go a little quicker here.
I like to run full speed.
I like this better if you're going to run to Gaines. Again, look at the linebackers way back.
Linebackers back at the goal line. Gaines off tackle to the right, but that one doesn't work either, as he only gains 1, and that'll bring up a third down and goal. Gaines averaging 3.6 yards per carry, Matt, and they are 4 yards away from the goal line. What do you do here?
I think you got to throw, but Gaines is tired. On that play, they should have went up the middle. You don't want to stretch it because that's where the speed of the linebackers and corners are to the advantage. You want to hit them right up the gut where they're the weakest.
5 down linemen for the Revolution. Pump fake, throws to the bottom of the screen. That one's tipped and incomplete, batted away. And that'll put an end to this drive, and we will indeed see Shark Tarkington out onto the field. Troy Loshaw in on the coverage, batting that one down. Loshaw in his first season with the Baltimore Vultures, coming over in free agency from Dallas.
And you got to thank the coverage on that one because, Dazzo had some time. Pressure was coming, and nobody was open, and he ate that sack. So good job for the Louisiana defense. Long drive, but only 3.
20-yard field goal try coming up for Tarkington. Good snap. Kick is up, and it is through, and Baltimore gets rid of that 0 on the scoreboard, cutting into Louisiana's lead, 7-3 here now with 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And the people that bet the over have a small golf clap.
We are ever so slightly closer to the over-under, only 52.5 points to go. Matt, a 16-play, 72-yard drive, and to come away with only 3 has to be a little bit disappointing for the Vultures.
Yeah, but I'm Louisiana's defense. I'm psyched up. I mean, he pretty much took their best shot, and Baltimore they sacked him and pinned him back with negative plays multiple times during that drive, and Baltimore was somehow able to convert on more than one occasion, but despite all that adversity, Louisiana they only allowed 3. So now this offense, if they can get another touchdown on the board, boy, it's going to put Baltimore in a bit of trouble.
First down and 10, Johnny Pickler in the gun. Pickler to fire over the middle, and that one is caught. A laser, Matt. He threw that one on a rope. Now 75 yards on the night.
Pickler's got an interesting release, Mike. If you watch him, he holds the ball a little higher than I would. Look at him. Look at that, where he's holding the ball.
Yeah, right up by his neck.
Flip. I don't know if he's been studying Dan Marino. It looks more like his release, but it's an unusual delivery, but hey, it worked for him. Nice pass there.
First down and 10 from the 42. Trips formation to the right side of the set. Pickler will hand the ball off to Streeter. Streeter getting through the defensive line and charging forward up to the 49-yard line. Second down and 8. Nice gain of 8 on that one.
I was thinking pass. They had that bunch formation at the bottom, and that's where kind of the attention was going to. And then I love that. You just smack him right down the middle, right into the middle of that line, and Streeter gets some good yards, and they might be looking to do it again right here.
Streeter does indeed get the ball again and gets just past the first down marker. Tackled at the 48-yard line. We'll keep the clock rolling at the moment. First down and 10.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to run is just north-south, fast as you can. Off tackle's good every once in a while. You get some good blocking, but a lot of times you get some penetration by the defense, and it's all over.
Reggie Streeter with 78 yards. See if he can add to that here.
Oh.
Running backwards just a smidge. Make that 76 yards as he's tackled for a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12.
That's just what I was talking about. He started to go east-west, and when that happens, the defense gets its chance to pursue, and at pursue they did. Baltimore doing a great job bottling that up.
Nolan Pierce with the tackle, pick number 108 in the 6th round, picked 15th in the 6th round in this past off-season's draft. Streeter trying to get those yards back, can only get half of them. 3rd down and 11, now with 77 yards on the night.
A good average, but 3rd and 11's got to be tough. I think we're going to see the gun here, and if they're going to run slants, it's going to be interesting to see what defense Baltimore comes out in. Well, it's going to be fun.
Johnny Pickler in the gun. Pickler has time, fires deep down the right-hand side. That one is caught. 20, 10, 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana. Chase Earl putting one on the board.
Mike, what's his name?
Chase Earl.
No, his name is Earl. Never mind. You didn't get the joke. Anyways, they fooled me, Mike. They didn't go all slants. They ran a different play, and Earl gets behind the defense. Oh, he runs the deep post, and wonderfully thrown corner was just playing too far behind and turns on the afterburners and touchdown. And like I said, now Louisiana puts 7 on the board after Baltimore's excruciatingly long drive. Only netted him 3. Louisiana puts another 7. Baltimore's gotta get moving a little bit. Like, at least on these long drives, they gotta get 7 instead of 3.
Chase Earl now with 3 touchdowns on the season. Came over to Louisiana in free agency. Played for St. Louis in his rookie season. Extra point is up and good. Louisiana now in the lead, 14-3 with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half.
Another thing we got to keep in mind, Mike, like the game we called last week, Baltimore did not invest in their O-line. Louisiana has 2 guards, and that could be another reason why Dazzo has been kind of under siege. Played a big part in our, like I say, last week's game. The pressure.
Absolutely. Yep, pressure getting to the quarterback all day long. And also opening up those running lanes for Reggie Streeter, which could help explain why he's already approaching 100 yards in the first half.
Yeah,
Giovanni Bolt gets up to the 28.
Running up the middle between those 2 guards, you're going to have a nice situation there. So Baltimore needs to keep Dazzo clean and I don't know, get rid of the no-step drop. I don't think it's going to turn out well for them in the long run, but we'll see. I've been proven wrong many times before.
That's true. Dazzo, short drop hit as he throws, and that one's out of bounds. The ball sailed on them that time, Matt.
Well, at least I was right about the pressure. Again, that's not on Dazzo. He had no time to throw. He tried to make a play, but when your legs get taken out, weird things can happen with the ball. Luckily for him, it did not go backwards.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 3:02. 3 wide receivers with an offset I formation in the backfield. T-Roy Gaines will get a handoff, running off tackle to the left, and maybe they should hand it off a little bit more to him as he scrambles his way up to midfield. The well-rested T-Roy Gaines gets a 1st down and 10.
And their most consistent weapon. This time they go off tackle, and look at the blocking. The blocking by the receivers. Number 10 there, Ivory Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they need a little bit more mix of run. They're throwing the ball, and it's putting Dazzo in real tough spots. I mean, look at this. They're running a nickel.
Gaines takes a handoff again and gets more impressive yards now in Louisiana territory. Gets across midfield to the 44-yard line, gain of 7.
The interesting thing about the Baltimore offense, they really stack the defense heavy, but they have no highly paid fullback, so they can't run the fullback either. They have no highly paid O-line, so Gaines is the one-man show. Every time I see that nickel, I just give it up the middle and see what happens.
Dazzo will throw, though. Avoids getting sacked and gets the ball away, and they will give him that catch. That looked very close to the sideline, but They will mark it a first down and 10 from the Louisiana 39-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And Matt, because it's now at the 2-minute warning, the booth will review this play. No challenge necessary.
It looked iffy, Mike. I thought there would be a challenge. He kind of looked out of bounds. Again, there's that pressure, 0-step drop, and I can't see the feet, but it doesn't look good to me.
Now, I think his right foot was out of bounds when he first made contact with that ball. We will see. And Coach Gerald Smith clapping away because his team does indeed win that review, and the pass will be deemed incomplete.
We all know coaches that clap a lot are better coaches.
That's right. That's the key to being a head coach, is excessive clapping. 3rd down and 3 from the 44. Dazzo hands the ball off to Gaines. Gaines has room to run. Stiff arms the defender into the turf and fights his way up to the 36-yard line. 1st down and 10, Baltimore.
I thought T-Roy got stuck and was going to get tackled behind the line. Look at this. He's like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Down you go. And gets up that 1st down. So, again, T-Roy's been the best player in Baltimore. They need to give him the ball more. Especially with the defense Louisiana's deploying.
He just shoved Chuck Diesel into the ground with one hand. That's not an easy thing to do. Dazzo has time to throw. Hits his target over on the left-hand side. Irvin with another catch and another 1st down. This one up at the 24-yard line. Irvin now with 7 receptions.
That's fine. You've given him a couple doses of gains, and now the D-line's a little tired, and now you go back to the air. But I think we're going to see some air here in little huddle action.
Dazzo brought down and sacked. Luther Gond gets to him that time, Matt. Gond was who Dazzo shook off a little bit earlier and threw that incomplete pass out of bounds. Gond getting the sack. T-Roy Gaines with a spin cycle, trying to do his best BDG Hollywood there as he gets up to the 18-yard line. 3rd down and 4 as they hurry back to the line. Gaines probably dizzy. Dazzo hits Ivory Irvin over the middle. 1st and goal from the 5.
You should use a timeout.
Yeah, gain of 13 on that play. 2 timeouts remaining. Dazzo looking towards the end zone. Finds his fullback who gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
I can't say that's the prettiest tribe I've ever seen, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's how you get there. It doesn't matter how you get there. It matters how it ends. And, you got to thank T-Roy Gaines on that one. He spun it many, many times to get some key yards.
So Baltimore cuts into the lead once again, still trailing, but making it a 1-score ball game. Extra point try coming up. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 14-10 now the score here in Louisiana. Baltimore putting points on the board with a pass to the fullback, Matt.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes if you're Truckee Stack, it doesn't.
Poor Truckee. Tarkington with the ball teed up. Mike Twinscrew back to receive. Twinscrew in his own end zone. He'll take this one out. Sidesteps a couple of tacklers and a good decision to bring that one out. Gets up to the 29-yard line. And now Johnny Pickler and his head coach have a choice to make. Do they try to get in Hail Mary or even potentially field goal range here? Or do they just hand the ball off to Streeter one last time and head to the half with the lead?
I like being aggressive, but you never know.
Louisiana did kick the opening kickoff, so they will receive the second half kickoff. And they do indeed just hand the ball off to Streeter. He's tackled 1 yard shy behind the line of scrimmage. Matt, at one point, Streeter was averaging 10 yards per carry. Those last few runs that he's had have brought him down to 6.9 yards per carry, but still an impressive amount of yardage from Reggie Streeter, as we somewhat expected to see. Baltimore 10, Louisiana 14 is your score at the half. We will head to the halftime show and let the halftime highlights and stats roll across the screen. And Matt, normally we get into talking about the first half of the ball game during the halftime show, but I want to just change gears just a bit and talk about our dear friend and departed colleague, Rich Pratchard, who tragically passed away this past Tuesday. Part of our broadcast team for the past couple of years. He reached out to us back in July of 2018, wanted to join the broadcast team. He sent me an audition tape, Matt, that was from some high school football games that he had called, and it blew me away. We were happy to get him involved with the broadcast team and with the league, and since then he's grown and added on more things that he wanted to do in the league. He had a player on the Vancouver Legion, number 86, and was a great guy. I was very fortunate. I had the chance to meet him when I flew down to Atlanta for one of our conventions, and I feel very lucky that I was able to get down there and meet him, even though it was only for a few hours. The impact that he made on my life in just the past couple of years was big. I would have conversations with him even about non-SFL stuff. He was an IT professional in the past couple of years, and we would make jokes about network setups that I would find in some of my stores. They were some tragically bad setups, and I would send him the photos, and we would joke about that. And just an all-around fantastic guy, leaving us way too soon at the young age of 50 years old. Rest in peace, Rich Pratchard. It was a pleasure knowing you, and I hope that you're in a better place and that we will meet again. Appreciate everything that you did for the broadcast team and for the league. We will miss you. With that, let's get the second half started. Louisiana will get the second half kickoff. Twin screw 3 or 4 yards deep in his own end zone. He's going to bring this one out. Breaking a couple tackles, gets up to the 22-yard line. So Matt, 7 drives in the first half, 3 of which were scoring drives. Louisiana had a 5-play drive, 86 yards, ended in a 4-yard touchdown pass. Baltimore, a 16-play, 72-yard drive with a field goal. And then Louisiana responded with a 6-play, 76-yard drive, 48-yard touchdown pass. Baltimore getting a touchdown late as well. So there were 4 scoring drives. Louisiana getting back to it here. Reggie Streeter off tackle to the right, is only able to gain 1 on the first play of the second half.
Yeah, that play it worked for Baltimore, but it hasn't really worked for Louisiana. They've been better off just attacking the heart of the defense right up the middle. Or, throwing it. That's a heck of a rating for Pickler.
Johnny Pickler, 123 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. 4 receiver set here on second down. Reggie Streeter breaks through the tackle, gets the first down and more, heading up towards midfield, passes midfield, keeps on going, breaking tackles along the way and all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge, huge gain for the Louisiana Revolution running back.
Streeter's a big man. Once he starts going downhill again, he went off tackle all by himself, spun, turned on the afterburners I didn't think he had, and that's a big play for the Revolution.
Reggie Streeter now with over 100 yards on the night. Sets up Louisiana in great position in Baltimore territory.
Yeah, give Streeter a break. Probably a good idea.
Pickler adjusting the play at the line. Takes the snap, out route to the bottom of the screen. All kinds of room, and he fumbles the ball. Who's going to jump on it? It looks like the Louisiana Revolution recover, and no, it was Baltimore. Baltimore recovers the fumble.
Ball was on the turf a long time. Siren Storm there. Tried to spin, and boom, right on the ball. And then, I don't know, who recovered the ball? Big 95.
Yeah, it looked like Tucker Lewis recovered it. Matt, the fumble was caused by Austin Brigham, the cornerback that was just signed this past week.
Well, he made
the touchdown-saving tackle, although the touchdown happened on the next play, but made a touchdown-saving tackle and now a forced fumble in his debut. T-Roy Gaines, fresh out of the locker room, ready to get going here in the second half. Gained 6 yards on his first carry.
Sure, he's telling the coaching staff, geez, give me the ball. I'm making big things happen. Makes the game a lot easier. Run it a couple times, get it, get your first downs, get your second, third, and short. So then, everything else becomes easy because Dazzo's been in some rough situations in the first half.
Dazzo, 17 of 26. Here comes pass number 27. That one's tipped and incomplete. Now 17 of 27, 155 yards and an interception in the first half.
He had Gaines open on the flat at the top, but it decided to go the other direction, and there was plenty of revolution to break up that play.
Third down and 4 for Baltimore. Dazzo will throw. Once again, no drop, and throws it really quick into coverage. That one's going to be incomplete. Puts an end to the drive. Pressure was coming up the middle again. Matt Wilder providing the pressure on that one.
Yeah, 4th and 4, and good job for Louisiana's defense to, despite that fumble, sometimes that can really mess up a team's momentum, but they're going to give it right back to the offense with pretty good field position.
Punt is away. Revolution coming for the block. Can't quite get it. Twin Screw takes it at the 40, brings it up to the 44. And Johnny Pickler and company will come back out on the field on offense to get their second drive of half number 2 started momentarily.
Yeah, and they just have to be, careful with the turnovers. It hasn't really been a big deal except for the fumble, so just keep 2 hands on the ball at all times.
3 wide receivers on the field for the Revs. Pickler will throw. 5-step drop. Fires to the top of the screen. That one is caught. Hauled in for a first down. Chase Earl with the catch.
Yeah, you just got to have a decent chunk of Pickler's yards. That's just a deep out. Yeah, Pickler holding that ball up high and doing a nice job with the delivery. So just seems to be Louisiana's, recipe for success. Run Streeter a couple times and then throw an easy pass. Well, that was not an easy pass.
Pickler hands the ball off. Streeter spins. Can only gain 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 43-yard line. And Matt, this is the 4th matchup between these 2 franchises. This is the first as the Louisiana Revolution. The previous times these teams met was the New Orleans Pharaohs versus Baltimore. Baltimore won all 3 of those previous matchups, the first of which was an incredibly high-scoring game, 62-34, Baltimore with the win. Streeter takes the handoff, untouched as he gets through the offensive line and defensive line, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Revolution.
That time Streeter did not celebrate prematurely. He ran through the line. It's exactly what you should do. Just like a good sprinter. You don't ease up at the 2. You just run right through that line. Good blocking here. That's right. Look at that blocking. Streeter squeezing through the hole and then turns on the afterburners and see you later.
Into the end zone for the touchdown. Reggie Streeter now with 174 yards and a touchdown. Matt, his yards per carry back in the double-digit category, 11.6 yards per carry.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, Mike. You call the player out and they respond. Like, never forget Optimus Klein seasons ago.
Optimus Klein, he was unheard of in the entire first half of that game, Matt. We asked where he was and then had career numbers in the second half. It was ridiculous. Louisiana extends their lead 21-10. So, slightly different story here in this game, Matt, compared to the previous 3 matchups between these 2 franchises. But, obviously, what was the New Orleans Pharaohs, not really here anymore, as Louisiana Revolution are getting their things in order the way that they want them. And, Matt, we're going to take a break away after this kickoff for a game break. We'll see what this kickoff has in store for us. First, and it's a fumble, so that's why we wanted to wait. Looks like Baltimore did just jump back on it. they do retain possession of the ball, 1st and 10 from the 30. And now we can go into a game break with the commissioner after the replay.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a normal everyday return. Didn't spin, just someone got a helmet or a hand on the ball and knocked it loose.
And looks like I was wrong about that, Matt. The Revolution jumped on that.
Jeez.
So Pickler back out onto the field. So let's see what they have first before we get into our game break.
Commissioner's biting his nails, I think, waiting for this.
Pickler back to throw. Quick pass towards the end zone. That one is complete up to the 5-yard line. Chase Earl with another catch.
Wow, this Louisiana offense, Mike, the over-under got, they're smiling for the over now as Louisiana offense is heating up.
First down and goal from the 5-yard line. We will keep the commissioner on hold, Matt.
Prime Streeter time.
Offset eye. Streeter takes the handoff. Blockers out in front into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana. Piling on the points.
Off tackle, Streeter just seems to be getting stronger as the game going along, Mike. Looks faster than he did in the first half. But again, look at the blocking, Mike. I mean, again, I could have gotten a couple yards out of that, maybe 2 or 3, but it shows how exceptional the blocking is.
Louisiana on a roll now. Streeter with 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. It should be 3 touchdowns, Matt, but I think he learned his lesson, and he's certainly repaying the team for his mistake now with 2 scores on the ground. Extra point try by Fennick is up and good. 28-10 here at home in Louisiana. And Matt, now down by 18. You know, we're only not even midway through the third quarter, but what does Baltimore need to do? Do they still keep feeding gains and stick to the game plan, or being down 18, do you need to get your foot on the gas and maybe throw a little bit more?
I think they could still, that's what got them in trouble, is throwing it too much. They still need to stick to the game plan. It's when, another score, then you might think that, but still plenty of time. If it gets to the fourth quarter with this kind of lead, then you got to put your foot on the gas for sure.
Giovanni Bolt trying to make up for his mistake. 2 spins past the 50, inside the 40 to the 30. 1 man to beat. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Baltimore. And Matt, that was not one of the options that we had mentioned, but it certainly is a good way to put points on the board.
Mike, I think I just saw a bolt of lightning.
I think you did, Matt. You never know when or where they're ever going to strike.
Well, we saw one now. Look at that spin move. Bye-bye, kicker. Bolt takes to the house, and the Louisiana lead, just like that, shrunk. The commissioner's got to be drooling to do an update.
We hung up on him, Matt. Don't worry about
okay.
The commission. We hung up. The game break wasn't meant to be, so it'll have to wait for another day. Baltimore getting a touchdown on the board, answering Reggie Streeter's touchdown with one of their own. So now both players on both teams that made errors have redeemed themselves. Baltimore with 17 points on the board now. And back to you, Revolution.
Will we see a game break, Mike? There's only one way to find out. That's on the field.
Well, let's see what happens after this kickoff. I mean, it's just been one big play after another. So we'll see what Mike Twinscrew has up his sleeve. And if we can possibly get an update from the commissioner, we will see. Twinscrew halfway deep in his own end zone. He knees it.
Oh.
So now we can turn it over to the commissioner for a game break. Cameron Irvine, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Mike. My goodness, plenty of action going on in your game as well. Carolina leads Chicago 7-6 in the third quarter. Carolina has blocked a field goal and an extra point, and Carolina had a field goal hit the right upright. Back to the crew at Stack Up Stadium.
So kicking errors in that game is we have fumbles and celebration errors in ours. Streeter taking that one up the middle for a gain of only 181 yards, 10.6 per carry, a long of 60. That's a heck of a run, Matt.
I'll admit I haven't seen every game this week, but we've had some kicking snafus for sure.
We have indeed. Cole Varner earlier today missing 2 in Mexico City's win. A rare, very rare circumstance for Cole Varner. I don't think he's ever missed 2 in the same game. Hardly misses any at all. Short pass over the middle to Saren Storm is complete. Will bring up a 3rd down and 2 after a gain of 7.
I'm convinced Andy Hamilton had a whole bunch of fans, and whatever end Varner was turned him out.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
Andy.
Industrial fans. Splitbacks in the backfield on 3rd down. Pickler will throw. Swings it out to Reggie Streeter, who steps on the gas pedal and runs all the way up to the 48-yard line. He had some speed.
Did they give Streeter some injection at halftime?
I don't think so.
The first half he was moving like a fullback. Now he's moving like a speedy halfback.
It's like he was shot out of a missile.
Yeah, a missile, man. It's hard to get shot out of a missile. Those things are crazy fast.
1st down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Now about midway through the 3rd quarter.
But if you got a weapon like that, I mean, Mike, how big is Streeter?
Reggie Streeter, 6 foot, 210 pounds.
I lost some weight last time I checked, but I think he was pushing like 240 at one point.
Pickler throws over the middle, and they'll rule this one a fumble as well. The intended target was Mike Twinscrew. Baltimore recovers, but I would highly expect to see a challenge flag on this one.
This can't be a catch. He didn't make a football move.
Yeah, he really didn't make any move at all. Troy Loshaw on the coverage. Ben stacking paper with the recovery, and there is the challenge flag from Gerald Smith.
Great minds think alike.
So they'll review to see if it was a fumble. And Matt, like you said, I don't think that he even had possession of the ball. Caught it, but then it was immediately knocked out. So
he's trying to bring the ball back in, and it just fell out of his. He got hit and fell out of his hands.
We will see what the ref says, and the ruling is overturned. The Louisiana Revolution do win the challenge. It is an incomplete pass. They will retain possession of the ball.
That's a great use of a challenge right there. I had no doubt.
So now a 2nd down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 3 receivers on the field, 2 backs in the backfield. Pickler will throw out route to the bottom. Complete. Chase Earl with another catch. We've been calling his name, Matt, quite a bit now with 5 catches, but over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Chase Earl with the fancy feet there. You see the way he turned upfield, right? Where he caught it. A lot of times you'll see receivers catch the ball, just kind of coast out of bounds, but that was some nice effort there by Earl to get a few extra yards. Makes it easier for, I think we're going to see some Streeter action here.
And we do indeed see Streeter as he breaks through the first tackler and has his legs wrapped up, but falls past the line to gain. 1st and 10 from the 42.
Like I say, just keep moving those feet, get the 1st down, and clock's not a factor yet, but if Louisiana scores a touchdown, it sure will be.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. Any more points on the board could make it that much more difficult to come back. Streeter off tackle to the right, well defended this time by the Vultures. Frank Smith with the tackle.
Yep, just using Streeter, trying to, tire out this D-line. Not a bad strategy when you're up 28-17. 3rd quarter winding down. See if you can get some nice, easy yards, and I think we might see him again here.
Pickler under center, offset eye in the backfield. Only 1 wide receiver out to the right. Ball is handed off to Streeter, and he's able to forge ahead for a couple of yards. 3rd down and 5. A little bit slow to get up. He's probably getting a little tired, Matt.
Well, 3rd and 5. Now you're in a passing situation, but you can run whatever pass you want now. You can run it out. Just make sure You throw it inbounds.
3 wide receivers on the field. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Pickler sidearms it. That one's tipped and incomplete. Attempting to hit Saren Storm. That one will drop to the turf. 4th and 5 from the 37. Probably a little far for a field goal here.
Pickler, for some reason, chose to sidearm the ball, maybe to get it between defenders, but took some velocity out of it, and that killed that pass. Hold your breath, Mike. The SFL special teams are on the field. They're special.
Walter Malinishin, the punter for the Revolution, back at midfield, trying to pin the Vultures deep. This one will bounce down to the 1, and they will mark it down at the 2-yard line.
Mike, that's one of the greatest special teams plays I've ever seen on a punt coverage. Deep corner kicks this thing. Look at the bounce it takes. Back inside,
Big
and
bounce.
Look at 27, just plant his feet, doesn't run into the end zone, just stays there, and that's a wonderful job. And now they've got Baltimore pinned back. They're going to have to go a long ways to get some points here.
Tank Bennett, the starting strong safety for the Revolution, pinning that one down at the 2-yard line. T-Roy Gaines running up the middle and gains 3. If you are new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit simulationfl.net for more information. Dazzo hidden throws, somehow caught, and goes for no gain. 3rd down and 6. They'll actually spot him a 1-yard gain, Matt.
Ivory Irvin saved Dazzle's bacon there because you don't know. Better get your hands on the ball at least and not let a defender get their hands on it.
105 viewers with us on the Simulation Football League Twitch page tonight. Appreciate each of you being here with us for this game. 3rd down and 6. Dazzo, no drop, checks it down to Gaines. Gaines trucks through the first defender, but he can't get past Tank Bennett. Bennett says, no, I pinned you deep for a reason. Gets the tackle at the 11-yard line, and Louisiana is going to get great starting field position after this punt.
Well, he's not called the Tank for nothing, Mike. Gaines looked like he got rolled over by a couple tank treads.
He sure did.
Now, will the punter choose to use a short motion or a long motion? That's going to determine where this ball is. It's quick.
And it is indeed a short punt, as that one is fair caught at the Baltimore 46-yard line. So Louisiana will start off in Baltimore territory.
And now the Baltimore defense has to strike again, and they did a great job holding Louisiana just out of field goal range, but very slim margin of error here.
Reggie Streeter last week against the Portland Fleet, 36 carries, 222 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So far tonight, Matt, 20 carries, 186 yards, so he's getting there back to those same numbers. That pass over the middle to B. Robo. One is caught for a gain of 6.
And Pickler's numbers are solid. 212, 2 touchdowns. Both guys putting up good numbers, keeping their teams in the game, not making much mistakes besides the ill-fated Streeter. We're just going to call it the Streeter celebration.
The Streeter celebration, indeed. Only 1 interception between these two quarterbacks against defenses that had a combined 10 interceptions last week. Streeter taking this one up the middle. He will move the chains up at the 32-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Yep, Streeter doing his job. We're on that clock now. We're getting close to the 4th. Great hold, though. Look, fullback looking for someone to block. Finally blocks Bolt. And Streeter carries Bolt for a couple more yards.
Pickler struts back to the line. Offset eye behind him. Pickler will throw. That one is caught. Only for a short gain of 2. Matt, not sure if you caught the crowd play game earlier this evening, but if not, download Crowdplay. It's our new partner for 2020 and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. Your next chance to win will be Sunday at 4:30 p.m. next week. You can visit crowdplay.com for more information. Free play for the Revs. Swings that out to the left, and I think they'll take the penalty, Matt.
Yeah, for them it was good because that was going nowhere.
Neutral zone infraction, number 93, defense.
And they call that one on Al Walker, jumping a little bit early.
Yeah, you just those are killers when you're down. Can't
They
afford to
are,
give up
but
any yards.
But like we've talked about before, I mean, you can't blame somebody like Walker for jumping off sides like that, trying to get to that quarterback. He wants to hit Pickler. We haven't really seen a ton of sacks in this game. There's been a handful, but not a lot. And wanted to get it there, but does cost the team 5 yards. 2nd down and 3. But getting some of those yards back as there's a tackle for a loss on that play. 3rd down and 5. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. 1 remain. Baltimore 17, Louisiana 28. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. We will get the 4th quarter rolling here. I am Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs, Matt Wilson. David and KT Horrell with us on stats. Appreciate you both being here with us tonight, keeping us updated on what's going on. That pass to Mike Twinscrew is complete over the middle. 1st down and 10 inside the red zone. Pickler 17 of 21 for 227 yards, Matt. No picks.
Yeah, he floats a nice one over to Twinscrew. Running a post right in the middle of the field. Just nobody there for Baltimore. They eventually converged, but too little too late. And those are the kind of plays now that are really going to hurt this team.
Baltimore trailing by 11 and now at risk of trailing by more. Defense desperately trying to hold them to a field goal so that it's still just a 2-score ball game. Streeter has other plans, though, running off tackle to the left into the end zone. Touchdown, Revolution.
And you know what? You can say anything you want about Streeter, the player Streeter, but that was all blocking. I mean, look at this, Mike. Look at the double team there, blowout by the fullback. Streeter just all he does is follow his blocks. Doesn't have to do anything spectacular. It's just good blocking by the tight end of the 2 guards and the rest of the team.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Reggie Streeter got the points, he got the stats, but it was really the offensive line and the fullback, the wide receivers, everybody that was out there blocking that got it done. I think just about any running back could have gotten that one into the end zone. Extra point is up and good. Louisiana takes a 35-17 lead here early in the 4th quarter. So now a 3-score ball game, Matt.
Now you gotta.
We talked about it earlier, saying stick to running T-Roy Gaines, stick to the game plan. Now I think we're running out of time. Gaines 12 rushing attempts, 75 yards. He also has 3 receptions for 12 yards. The one thing I think I've been surprised about is we haven't seen Gaines more involved in the passing game.
Yeah,
I talked about earlier on, it's kind of 2-for-1 run for reception, and right now we're not seeing those numbers. It's more 4-for-1 or 3-for-1 at most. But I think maybe we'll see him get a little bit more involved in the passing game now. Definitely, you still need to use Gaines, just maybe in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see some screen passes where you get him involved, breaks a tackle, gets a 15, 20-yard play. You got to get him in some space. And, get 2 tight ends here, and they might give it to him.
Dazzo will throw, has time. Short one over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Almost intercepted, well covered by Rollerman Hood. Bring up a 2nd down and 10.
This Revolution defense doesn't make it easy. Again, Dazzo throw to a spot, but the defense was there before the receiver was. Yeah, this is more like it. This is where I like to see him run a little bit more. Being down
4 wide receivers in the gun. T-Roy Gaines flanked out to the left of Dazzo. Dazzo firing deep over the middle, and he's got his man. Up past midfield. Pass is complete, getting Daly Holder involved. Matt, only his second catch of the ball game.
There you go. Take a deeper shot. These are the chances you have to take. Right across the middle, finds just a weak spot in the zone, and second chance. Man, if Holder could have broken that one, he would have been gone. So you just gotta put your foot down. You gotta say, you know what, we're gonna throw it past the sticks every pass.
Dazzo, no drop once again. Quick pass over the middle. That one's caught by Ivory Irvin. Irvin trying to pull his way forward to gain as many yards as possible. First down and 10 from the 22.
There you go. Another pass past the sticks. Irvin gets another 10, I think. There's the no-step drop I've criticized all game long. This time, clean pocket. Oof. Somebody went for a pick there at 30. I didn't get the number, but instead of the tackle went for the pick, paid for it, and Irvin got an extra 10 yards. And now look at Baltimore go. They're almost in the red zone.
Coming out in more of a running set with two tight ends on the field. Dazzo will indeed hand the ball off 2 gains, trying to maybe catch the Revolution defense off guard, but Blake B. Craze not fooled. Tackles T-Roy Gaines after a gain of only 2.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna use Gaines, like I said, get him in a swing pass or something, because you can't afford to take this time. Just tick, tick, tick.
Dazzo drops back, has time, fires towards the 10-yard line. That one's batted incomplete. Daly Holder, the intended target. Third down and 8.
I like the play design. The linebacker just got in the way, unfortunately.
Daly Holder, 2 catches for 44 yards. Mac Chima also with only 2 catches. Ivory Irvin, the most popular target of Mike Dazzo tonight, 10 receptions for 118 yards. None of them have a touchdown yet. Dazzo looking to change that. Hits Irvin for catch number 11, but only for a gain of 4. It'll bring up a 4th down and 4. And what do they do here, Matt? Should they just go for this?
Oh, man, the math. Now, if you kick the field goal, though, you're down, 15?
Yeah, it'll be a 2-score ball game. You need 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion for a tie.
I
guess you get the points here, and
yeah, you get the points. Just take the points. Not 4th and 1, and now their defense has to stop Reggie Streeter.
32-yard field goal try from the left hash. Tarkington is good. That'll cut into the lead just a bit. 20-35. Still shy of that over-under, Matt, but these teams are starting to add on the points.
Sneaking up there.
Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. A lot of teams have their team stores up and running as well. You can get your name on the back of your team or your fan favorite team's jersey and visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button. I'm hoping to see all kinds of fans wearing Dags 83 Mexico City jerseys everywhere across the nation soon.
I mean, all your kids except for the ones that play that want their own Dags jerseys.
No, listen, I'll be the only one wearing it. I'm not a fool. I know. It'll just be me, but I'll wear it proudly. They're really great quality things. The Mexico City team store just got put online, and Jeffrey has already asked for about $400 worth of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Koalas are gear, Jeffrey. Come on.
Out route to the top. Good for a gain of 7. Chase Earl with another catch, now with 119 yards on the night.
For Louisiana, that's pretty much the inverse of Baltimore. Healthy dose of Streeter, short pass plays, run the clock down. You don't even need to score. Just milk the clock for as much as you can, and then don't commit a turnover.
I formation here on 2nd down and 3. I would expect to see a handoff to Reggie Streeter. And we do indeed. But you know what, Matt? The Baltimore defense also expected that, as Al Walker just signed this past week. He gets into the backfield. Nice tackle for a loss for the rookie.
That looked like, again, a delay, and it just gave Baltimore's defense too much time to get back there and tackle Streeter. But this is the real, they really need to step up here, this 3rd and 5.
Critical 3rd down for the Baltimore defense. Pickler back to throw. Fires it behind the line of scrimmage, hitting his fullback, and another tackle for a loss. 4th down and 8, Matt. The defense gets the stop they needed.
That field goal is looking like a genius move right now. That stat number there just destroys the fullback.
Now, I know I'm getting ahead of myself a bit here, but Baltimore about to get the ball back. Assuming they get into the end zone on this drive, would you go for 2 now, or do you wait?
I think I wait. You don't want to...
if you miss, you know right away that you still need 2 more scores.
Yeah, I would want to keep hope alive as long as I could, at least for me personally.
Live in ignorant bliss as long as possible, says Matt. Punt is away. Fair catch called by Giovanni Bolt back at the 36-yard line. So 54 yards to go to get into the end zone for Mike Dazzo.
And I think not going for it doesn't give you any advantage. If you convert, if you convert, obviously it's advantage. But if you wait, it's not going to give you, like, a field goal is not going to make a difference in the game. So
T-Roy Gaines walking back to the line. 89 all-purpose yards for Gaines. Dazzo sidearms this one, tipped and incomplete. Attempting to hit Mac Chima. Matt Chima's been thrown to 7 times, has only caught 3. They recorded one of those as a drop. The rest were batted away.
And I thought that was a good effort by Dazzo, but again, he had a sidearm it, uncomfortable in the pocket, and it caused the ball to kind of sail.
Dazzo now in the gun on 2nd down and 10. 6:41 to go in the ball game. 15 points separate these 2 teams. Dazzo, pressure coming, fires, complete, and past the 40, inside the 30. Great catch and run by the tight end, Lloyd Graham Jr. 3rd catch of the night, and that one was a big one.
Doing his best Dags impression, Mike. Look at the wheels. Just streaking down the sidelines. I thought he was a wide receiver.
The best tight ends often get mistaken as wide receivers. Matt, and Lloyd Graham Jr. certainly up there in the category of the best that there is, representing the number 83 well. Dazzo will throw on 1st down, has time, tipped, and incomplete once again. Matt, Chuck Diesel in on the coverage. He's been all over the place on this defense so far this evening.
Yeah, there's Diesel again, and the only good thing about that is it stops the clock. So Baltimore's got to regroup. I'd love to see him come out in the gun again. Just to eliminate the 1-step drop. Just don't even risk it. It's been successful a couple times, but you don't want Dazzo eating a sack and making it a 3rd and long.
Trying to
Give
hit
him
the
time
other
to
tight
survey
end.
the field.
Trying to hit the other tight end, Hayden, on that one. That one is incomplete. Hayden selected in the 5th round. Pick number 15 in round number 5. Dazzo will hand the ball off to Gaines, and Gaines can't get around the defender. Tackled for a loss in the backfield.
Jeez. Big old 96 there. Blake Craze. Oh, he looks huge. I thought it was a defensive end.
He is huge, Matt. 6'5", 265. Blake B. Craze. He's a big fella. 4-down territory here. Dazzo to throw, steps up, completes the pass.
Ooh.
Ivory Irvin with the catch, but
he's not happy about that.
Clock keeps on rolling, and yeah, he got hit hard there on his way down to the ground.
Are they gonna bring out the shark?
Looks like they're trotting out the shark, Matt.
I disagree with this 100%. You gotta go for it, because even if you don't, you're gonna pin Baltimore back, and because this does make it, a 2 touchdowns.
Well, it'll be a 2-touchdown game. It basically, making this field goal negates the need for the 2-point conversion. As this one from 38 yards is up and good. Tarkington perfect on the night. 35-23. So yeah, Baltimore still needs to get 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I would go for that. It wasn't a crazy distance. It was like, what, 4th and 5 or 6.
Fourth and 4, I think.
4th and 4, you just run a quick out, get the first.
And
If
keep
you don't,
going.
because this doesn't do anything for you. I know the 2 points important, but it's gonna cost you so much time to try to get 2 more touchdowns instead of 1 more touchdown.
Twin Screw returning this one up to the 22-yard line. And the Louisiana Revolution will come back out on the field on offense. Expect a heavy dose of Reggie Streeter as they try to run this clock out. 5:06 to go in the ball game.
If I'm Baltimore on 1st and 2nd down, I'm just stuffing the line with people and just make tackle Streeter in the backfield. Try to get him before he gets going, because the off tackle run's been pretty big. I don't know. They're gonna pass. Interesting.
They will indeed pass.
Oh.
Pickler hit as he throws, and that will stop the clock. 2nd down and 10. This defense, they came to play, Matt. They're not giving up yet. Sir Ron Yates providing the pressure.
It's a free timeout.
It is a free timeout.
I know it's 5 minutes to go, but it's like a timeout.
Well, every first down here on offense, if they run and keep the clock moving, it costs 2 minutes off the clock. So, if they had just run the ball, they could have brought it all the way down inside 3 minutes. And then if they'd gotten another first down, they could have easily gotten it to the 2-minute warning. So surprised to see it pass. And then another one here. Pickler to throw. Pressure coming. Down he goes. He is sacked. Brought down in the backfield. Tackled for a loss. A big
Tucker
sack
Lewis
on the play.
Tucker Lewis just using his hand. Look at those active hands by Lewis, just hand fighting nicely with the old lineman. Eventually beats him, and got to give praise to the coverage too. And now, man, Louisiana's in a spot here. They don't want to throw a pick.
Clock is rolling, but 3rd down and 14. What did they do here? Pickler under center, offset eye in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in the formation. Pickler snaps the ball with 10 to go on the play clock. Streeter trying to get the first down, and he does. He gets it past the line to gain up to the 34-yard line, and how about that?
I saw the handoff. I go, what are they doing? And then Streeter says, but again,
Getting a
there's
first down. That's what
look,
he says.
Look, there's no one around. Where's the defense? The great blocking again by the Louisiana offense. It's, I think I saw it Twin Screw picking up someone. And again, it's not just Streeter. It's just this the line, the tight ends, and the receivers all working as one.
Reggie Streeter bailing out the offense on that 3rd down and long. Now 1st down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Streeter will get the handoff again. This time met right at the line. Tackled for a 1-yard loss. But the clock will continue to roll with 3 minutes, 40 seconds in the ball game. 2 touchdowns separating these two teams.
And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here, but the damage might have already been done on that 1st down. Even if Baltimore manages to stop Louisiana now, so much time is going to come off this clock.
Yeah, agreed. And that's why, it would have been really great for them after 2 passing attempts went and stopped the clock both times. They could have definitely benefited from that, but Streeter had other plans. As we tick down closer to 3 minutes to go, Streeter headed the line, breaks through the tackle, and gets all the way up to the 39-yard line. Matt, those stats, 225 yards, 8.3 per carry. He's already over his yardage total from last week when he had 222 yards.
Yeah, and this is against Baltimore. No offense, but Baltimore's been a quality franchise forever. And to do that against, a team like this is just you gotta, give Streeter a hand, but he should buy all his O-linemen, his fullback, and his receivers maybe some alcoholic beverages after the game. My preference.
I did see in the chat that there's potentially a party at the head coach's house after the game, Matt. So maybe he'll buy him there as that tackle.
Well, don't celebrate too soon.
Yeah, don't celebrate before the ending whistle is blown. 4th down and 4. That'll bring us down to the 2-minute warning. So the punt will come after the 2-minute warning, and then Baltimore is going to need to go as fast as possible to get into the end zone, get the ball back, and get into the end zone again. So we'll find out what they can do on the other side of this 2-minute break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Giovanni Bolt back deep to receive this punt. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, David, and KT Horrell with us on stats. 2 minutes to go in this one. Bolt breaking through the first 2 tackles. Good thing for Louisiana that third tackler was there. Otherwise, Bolt was trying to make lightning strike twice. Already has a kick return for a touchdown in this ball game, trying to add a punt return to it. That would have been huge for Baltimore if he could have gotten away with that one, Matt.
Yeah, well, punt returns for touchdowns are rare, but they do happen. And
they do happen.
Even if he gotten 20, 30 yards, it's big for Baltimore. The thing for Baltimore is they don't want to blow a timeout on this drive. If they don't get the onside kick, the game is over.
Agreed. Dazzo to throw, out route to the top, complete, and getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. So a short gain, but it doesn't cost him very many seconds. Only 3 seconds ticking off the clock. 2nd down and 4.
A dangerous no-step drop again, though. You just don't want to take those sacks.
A sack would cost them about 15 seconds. So that would not be good at this point in the ball game. 3 wide receivers out on the field. Dazzo short drop hits his receiver over the middle, and they will go into the hurry up.
I'd feel much better if they were in the gun with a running back like they showed earlier. They were pulling off some big plays from that.
Dazzo hits Irvin on back-to-back plays. That one for a gain of 7. Minute 30 to go in the ball game, and if they don't get some deeper passes, Matt, they'll be forced to use a timeout very soon. Dazzo to throw. Hits his receiver in the backfield. That's T-Roy Gaines. He'll actually step out of bounds for a loss of 1. 3rd down and 4, but at least it does stop the clock. Definitely in 4-down territory here.
You'd love to see T-Roy just get that first and then tap out of bounds just to be sure, but I think that could be the best thing that could happen to Baltimore. That set was going nowhere fast. They need the gun, and they need it now, and we're not going to see it.
Not going to see it. 3 wide receivers out on the field, split backs, offset high in the backfield. Lloyd Graham Jr. on the sideline for this series now. Out route to the bottom, and that one is complete. Irvin, 146 yards, now 16 catches. That's got to be close to some kind of record. He's out of bounds at the 45, 4th and 1, and they're going to have to go for this.
Great game, but you saw 0 touchdowns. That's a problem.
Yeah.
4th and 1, man. Now, this is a tough call for me. Now I think you definitely go to the out, get out of bounds, then get your shotgun set in immediately.
Defense playing way off. Out route watch at the top of the screen. And they shoot it down to the bottom. Yep. And Irvin does indeed get it. Gets the 1st down and out of bounds. They're playing off on both sides. I thought there might have been a little bit more room at the top, but Dazzo choosing the bottom and gets it done.
Just what the bomber ordered right there. Out route. not now. Show me your shotgun, Baltimore. Don't be shy. They will continue
coming back out onto the field. No, he does not want to appease Matt. Goes back under center. Still with 3 wide receivers out on the field. And Dazzo goes down, sacked back in the backfield. Luther Gond getting him once again.
I figured it was only a matter of time with those short drops that was going to happen.
And that did indeed tick away precious seconds off the clock. Dazzo, the throw, complete and out of bounds. 3rd down and 9 from midfield. So about 17 to 20 seconds off of the clock, Matt, and they have 1 yard to show for it after those last 2 plays.
There's not enough deep plays out of those sets. It seems like they need someone to go deep post corner, just to go. Something like, there we go. This is a little bit better. And see if they're going to slant or if they got something different in mind.
Dazzo in the gun. Fires over the middle, and that one's complete. And another fumble, and this one, who's going to recover it? I'm not sure who got it. It looks like maybe Louisiana, Matt, as I hear the crowd. The crowd is cheering, so I believe Louisiana hopped on that ball. It looks like, yep, indeed. Louisiana did indeed recover that fumble. They head back out onto the field on offense at their own 43-yard line, 51 seconds to go, and now Baltimore has no choice but to burn all 3 timeouts here, assuming that Louisiana runs this time.
He zigged when he should have zagged. Irvin juked it again. Got hit on the ball, and it just came out. That time he did make a football move, obviously, because he juked.
Streeter runs up the middle for a gain of 2. And Baltimore does indeed burn their first time out.
Now, if you're Baltimore, I wonder if you're thinking about when you kick that field goal now, because, if you had scored a touchdown, there's always hope for one big play to get just 8. But
Right.
Now you need 2 big plays, and the clock is definitely not on your side.
Offset I formation. On 2nd down and 8, Streeter goes for no gain, another timeout. If you don't have a player in the league yet, you can get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server and the SFL Minor League SFLM. Now 12 teams, there's more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. You can join the Discord community through simulationfl.net. 2nd season of the minor league starts in October. You can contact the Deputy Commissioner, Andy Rastelli, on our Discord server for more information. Pickler will throw on 3rd down and 8, and that one is incomplete. And a free timeout, Matt. They let Baltimore keep one of those timeouts. They'll need to punt, but now we're going to need to see some serious fireworks out of the Baltimore offense.
It would have been something if it was a pick 6, huh?
Yeah, that would have changed everything.
That's why I would just say just run it and punt it, because make them use all the timeouts, and they would only have about the same amount of time. Then they got to score 2 touchdowns with 41 seconds to go.
Agreed, Matt. But even so, now with only 1 timeout, no matter what happens, they'll need a onside kick. Giovanni Bolt still trying to make fireworks happen. They'll take over at the 21-yard line. One last game break from the commissioner back at the studio.
Thanks, Mike. Rochelle Colston with Chicago 2 yards away from potentially tying the game. Gets a game-sealing interception, and the Skyhawks are going to get an upset tonight, 17-9 over Chicago.
Congratulations to the Carolina Skyhawks. We'll see how this one ends up here. Dazzo throwing deep down the left sideline, finds Irvin. Irvin gets up to the 47, and they burn their last timeout. So now, Matt, they need to take another shot like that and try to get it all the way into the end zone from midfield.
Yeah, you kind of wish you had seen that on the last drive. That's the kind of deep chunk plays you need, those 20, 30-yard plays. I know they're not always there, but sometimes you got to force them. Just like when your tight end's double teamed in the end zone, sometimes you just got to throw and hope.
So 1st down and 10, 26 seconds to go in the ball game in Louisiana territory, but still 47 yards away from the goal line. 3 wide receivers on the field, Dazzo under center. Dazzo, short drop, hit, tackled, and that's going to take about half the time off the clock. Sacked once again by Luther Gond. He's having an incredible ball game, Matt. Dazzo to throw, out route to the top. Daley Holder with the catch and out of bounds. 3rd down and 9, 12 seconds to go. It's almost Hail Mary, onside kick Hail Mary at this point, Matt.
Yeah, Baltimore's offense, you got like the 0-step drop, the 3-step drop, but there's no 5 or 7-step drops. And then they do have the gun, and I think the gun's been very successful. I'd have to rewatch the tape, but the gun with the one running back. But I don't know. Is this Hail Mary? I think they're going to Hail Mary it, Mike.
Yeah, that's why I said they need a Hail Mary, they need the onside, and they need the Hail Mary. Dazzo breaking through the first sack. He gets this one away towards the end zone. Can we see the catch? And it is incomplete. 4th down and 9, and Matt, that's going to just about seal the fate here. I don't think there's time for a Hail Mary, an onside kick, and a Hail Mary again. Shout out to those of you in the chat. There's some new people with us, Matt. EHL Shakes. It's his first time. He says it looks awesome and great job, commentary team. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Round 2.
Dazzo once again ready for another Hail Mary. Pump fake, steps up. Oh, and he doesn't get this one away. And that will bring us to the end of the ball game. Louisiana comes away with the win, 35-23. Matt, your final thoughts in this ball game?
Baltimore, look at the rushing yards. That's
Wow.
a very balanced attack. I didn't realize that by Louisiana. I mean, that was part of it. Baltimore turned the ball over 3 times. And they weren't interceptions, Mike. There were some fumbles on that really killed some drives for them. And then when they really needed to go deep, they just a lot of pressure on Dazzle throughout the game, especially at the end when they couldn't dial up the deep ball. They really needed to do that a little bit more, and it cost them.
Baltimore will fall to 4-2 on the season. Louisiana improves to 5-1. Next up for Baltimore, they return home next week and host the Houston Hyenas. For Louisiana, they'll remain here in Louisiana and take on the Vancouver Legion. Coming up tomorrow night, tune in to 11 Sports or the FTF Next Twitch page. 2 games starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Fort Worth will head to Florida. Tim Hackett and Mike Improda on the call. I'm excited to watch that one. And then followed up after that, Jacksonville at Charleston. Michael Truillo and the head coach of the Mexico City Aztecs, Ramos Lynn, on the call at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Both of those games are on the 11 Sports Network. And for the Fans Next Twitch page, Matt, then Simulation Football League action will return in Week 7, Saturday, August 29th. We'll get Week 7 kicked off. A fantastic ball game here in Louisiana. Matt, who do you think the player of the game will be? Is there really any question?
It's going to be Streeter.
It's got to be Reggie Streeter. 30 rushing attempts, 228 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He even added another 26 yards on 3 receptions. But an incredible outing for Streeter, and Matt, a good rebound for him after that celebration did not quite work out too well for him.
Yeah, that almost could have been a fumble. Luckily, it was just a tackle, and Louisiana still converted anyways. So
It sure did. So we'll see after the highlights who indeed does win the player of the game. I guess, there's a chance. There's a case to be made for Johnny Pickler, 18 of 24, 75% completion percentage, 234 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaged almost a first down per pass. Chase Earl with 6 catches, 119 yards and a touchdown. So really the Louisiana offense was just absolutely humming away and did a great job all around. Luther Gond with a handful of sacks as well, Matt. There you go right there. 3 sacks for Luther Gond, making a big impact on defense, but I think without a doubt, this will go to Reggie Streeter. And indeed it does. 30 attempts, 228 yards, 3 touchdowns, and there's those 24 receiving yards that I mentioned. Matt, this has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. For Matt Wilson, KT, and David Horrell, our commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine, and everyone at the Simulation Football League, I'm Mike Daggs, saying thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody.